Hello and welcome. My name is Macha, Maoildhia, and I'm broadcasting from Yoga Darsana studio in Salthill, Ireland. So Yoga Darsana is a non-profit studio in Galway, and I'm really happy to be here and share this 30-minute yoga class that will hopefully help you to kind of revamp your energy a bit. So the intention with the shapes and the poses that I will be demonstrating and guiding is to lift the energy. So if you're feeling a little bit like, this class will be really, really good for you, hopefully. And I will offer modifications and suggestions as we go along. But before we begin, I really just want to say that this time, if you're practicing these 30 minutes, is for you to kind of listen to your body and breathe and really honor how you're feeling and how you're showing up today. So I suggest that you really take the time to listen and to honor your intuition and whatever you're feeling and whatever modification you would like to bring to the shape. So maybe you might like to do a completely different shape than what I'm suggesting. But obviously, if you just want to follow along, that's perfect as well. So we're going to get started straight away and come to a nice, comfortable seat. So in Sanskrit, we call this Sukhasana. One leg in front of the other, sitting maybe on a block or on a book or on a pillow to lift the hips up a bit is an option. And we're finding a place that we can kind of sit up tall and maybe even open our chest and our heart space a little bit and let our shoulders kind of relax down. So if we're often in this shape, which I am in as well, we're kind of trying to counter that a bit here and open the chest softly, relax the shoulders down softly, and even lift from the top of our head a little bit. So we feel this length in the spine straight away. And then just let yourself come into your space. So if you haven't rolled out your mat already, roll it out. If you want to get blocks or your pillows set up, take this time. And if you're already ready to go, then I suggest maybe closing your eyes if you're comfortable and beginning to kind of just land here. So we've committed to this time for ourselves. And even though we might be moving quite swiftly through this practice and get our energy lifted, important, I think, to take this time at the beginning to acknowledge how we're showing up, acknowledge how the body is maybe feeling, and all the bodies. So in yoga we talk about how we have an energy body and also an emotional body. So just notice how you're showing up and take a couple breaths. So as we sit tall and close our eyes, often you might already start to deepen your breath just naturally and intuitively. But if you haven't already, then just take a nice deep breath in through the nose and a nice deep breath out through the nose or the mouth. And that is as simple as it is. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And notice if maybe it might be difficult to breathe deeply straight away. Honor that. Very normal. So we're making a decision today to breathe consciously and as deeply and slowly as we can. This is going to really help and support our nervous system for the rest of the day. Great. Take one more deep breath in and breath out. Landing in the space, finding some softness to begin. And then we're going to start to move. So on your inhale, lift your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze, and exhale, let your shoulders drop down. So you can drop them down slowly, or you can literally just let them go. Inhale, shoulders come up, squeeze, and exhale, let them drop down. 2 more times like that. Inhale up, exhale, drop down. Inhale up, so letting go of anything that you're bringing to the mat today, you're just kind of letting it fall off your shoulders. Nice. We're going to take our hands together, namaste, the heart space, letting our thumbs at our sternum kind of remind us to maybe lift from our chest a little bit more, open our heart a little bit. And then we're going to inhale, take the arms out and up, palms together, up and overhead, so we're stretching through the side waist. And then exhale, let the hands come down. And then we're going to move like that 4 times. Inhale, arms up, stretching through the side waist. Exhale, arms down. And once you get the hang of this movement and the breath, you are more than welcome to kind of bring a little bit of maybe personal attitude or personality or finesse to it, so you can make it kind of graceful or whatever feels right for you today. So this is your movement in your vinyasa, moving the body and the breath together. Nice. So once you've done 5, raise your hands back down to your knees, and we're going to drop our chin to our chest, just nice and easy, lifting from the sternum still. And we're going to take the nose and over to the left, so we're stretching out through the right side of the neck. Let that right shoulder be nice and heavy, so we're really finding length. And then drop your chin to your chest again, and we'll rock it over to the other side. So right here comes to the right shoulder. Keep that left shoulder heavy, finding the most stretch in our neck as feels good. Remembering to breathe deeply. Beautiful. When we come back to center, chin to chest. Inhale, we're going to lift the chin to the middle, so just facing forward, and then all the way up to the sky. So now we're stretching the front and the neck. Chin is up. Careful not to crunch the back of the neck too much, so just go a little bit less if it doesn't feel good. And then we're going to rock the left ear to the left shoulder with the chin lifted, and the right ear to the right shoulder with the chin lifted. And we're going to go side to side like this. You can go swiftly or slowly, whatever you're craving. And then when you're ready, we're actually just going to go in a full circle. So dropping the chin to the chest, taking the nose down, and then lifting the chin up to the sky. And we're drawing big circles with the nose. Breathing deep, getting into any cracks and creaks that you might have in your neck and shoulders, and then we'll reverse your circle, go the other way. You can keep this movement in the neck, or you can kind of be free and goofy in your shoulders as well. Let the movement come further down. And then when you're ready, release it back to center. So nice and tall, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Nice. Take your hands now, if they're not already, face down onto the tops of the knees. We're going to lean back a bit, so we're kind of coming into this not very attractive slouching position. Weight is in our hands, so we're stretching the back body. And then on your next inhale, we're going to scoop forward and kind of arch the spine and lift the chin up. So this is very similar to our cat-cow on our hands and knees. And then once you get the hang of it, you're going to move with your breath. So exhale to kind of round the spine. Inhale to scoop the heart forward, open the chest, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, coming into our back body stretch, and then inhale our front body stretch. So we're waking up the spine, and it really helps if you can move with your breath here. So work to exhale as you round, and inhale as you open. Nice, really, really good. The next time that you're rounded in your spine, we're actually going to look at me if you need to, and we're going to take our center, our heart space to the right, kind of sway to the right, and then scoop forward into our arched back, open throat, and then keep going the whole way to the left and back to where we started. So I'll turn to face the camera so you can see this. So we're kind of just drawing a big circle with our heart, keeping our hips grounded on the earth, and we're really, really massaging the internal organs here, the stomach. And this is a really good kind of like Shakti move, this way of cultivating this energy that sits in our belly and in our pelvis as well. So find your own way. It doesn't have to look like what I'm doing. It can be unique to you, but we're finding a circumduction, so a circular movement that starts from our navel. Nice. And then when you're ready, reverse your circle. So go the opposite way, kind of smearing the heart forward, and then rounding, finding your nice rounding in the spine on the way back. We'll do 2 or 3 more. You're welcome to close your eyes. Kind of getting some intuitive movement, really, really massaging the organs here. Should feel really good. And then when you're ready, round it and come back to a nice tall seat, shoulders soft. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Really, really nice work. We're going to come forward onto hands and knees now. So take your time getting there, and take our hands right underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips, and you can go ahead and slap the tops of your feet down just to get connection there. Have a little bit of fun, feeling the tops of your feet, feeling the earth, and then relax. Rest away from your yoga mat, so we're really nice and long in our spine. So notice if you're crashing down, or maybe you're already starting to draw through the upper back body. We kind of just want a nice feeling of neutrality in our spine. And you can also imagine maybe that you're balancing something on the back of your neck. So notice if your chin is dropping or looking forward. You kind of just want to gaze down and a little bit forward. So we're long in the back. Nice. So we're going to move into cat-cow, just nice and swiftly, quickly, finding some easy movement. So inhale to drop the belly, look up. Exhale, tuck your chin around the spine. So this is almost exactly what we did in the beginning, but seated. Cat-cow. So move with your own breath, inhaling, dropping the belly. Exhaling, round on the spine. Breathe, lifting the navel up as you round, and then letting the belly come down towards the mat as you drop. Nice. Do one more. Moving with your breath. See if you can start to elongate your exhale. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to our table. So nice flat back. Tuck your toes under. See if you can tuck all of your toes under. So even your pinky toe. Check it out. You might have to take a look. You might even manually have to be like, pinky toe. Go under. And then draw your navel up to your spine so we start to engage our core a little bit, find some inner strength. And then we're going to lift our knees just about an inch off the floor. So notice what's happening in your neck. Press away from all your fingertips. All your knuckles press down. We're kind of creating almost like an arch in our palms. So we're pressing into our fingertips really, really strong to protect our wrists. We're here for 5, 4. If you start to shake, that's amazing. 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down into the tops of the feet. Walk your knees together. Sit your hips back onto your heels. Swing your hands around and come to rest on your forehead. So come into a child's pose.
for 2 or 3 breaths. Finding some stillness and rest. Nice. And the next time you inhale, we'll take our hands back in front. Slowly make our way back to our table. Tuck your toes under once again, knees right underneath your hips. We're going to press into the toes, lift our knees, and this time we're going to lift our knees up, hips come up and then back, and we'll find our way towards the downward dog, Shavasana. So, if your legs do not straighten, that's okay, you can bend your knees. If your heels are really high up off the ground, that's totally okay as well. What we're kind of looking for is this length in our spine. So we're trying to get this low back quite long. So play with that. You might need to bend your knees quite generously and kind of sink your heart back. And then take a look at your hands and see if you can point your middle fingers forward, really press into all 10 fingertips again. And we want to also see if we can rotate our shoulder blades away from our ears. So we're creating some space between our ears and our shoulders if possible. Lots to think about in downward dog, and if you're really comfortable and you've been practicing for a long time, because you already know the basics, you can kind of just go through your alignment in your own head, and you can also feel free to play with some easy movement, maybe pedaling the feet out a little bit, even lifting the palms, one from the other, so you can just find some easy movement. Whatever it is that your body is asking for, go ahead and take it here. We're here for 2 or 3 more breaths. Whatever the shape is looking like for you, it's okay. It's all good. We're opening our chest and our heart, lengthening the backs of the legs, and letting the head really kind of relax towards the earth. Beautiful. On your next breath in, take your gaze forward. We're going to bend the knees even more, and if you know, practice hops, you can go ahead and hop to the top. Otherwise, we're going to just step one foot, and then the other, nice and easy walking all the way up to the front, eventually coming into a forward fold. Bending the knees maybe quite generously, and feet can be hip width apart. And you might go ahead and grab your elbows and really let your head just relax over. You might even nod your head. Yes and no. You might open your jaw. And here, especially today, take some nice long exhales. So this is a really beautiful shape to kind of inhale. And then exhale, let something go, let something drop off your head. Big breaths in and big breaths out. You can release your elbows. You can sway a little bit side to side. Maybe bending one knee, straightening one leg, and the other knee, straightening the other leg. Whatever feels right. One more deep breath in and out. And then we'll bend the knees generously. Think about lifting from the inner arch of our foot. So you can lift your toes, even spread your toes to help you. This really is so good for your knees to protect the knee joints, lifting from the inner arches of the feet. Strong in the feet, pressing through the outer edges as well. You might take a look and see how I can see my tendons kind of in my neck. It's gross. But cool, interesting, I feel like I'm happy. And then I'm slowly going to tuck the chin and then roll up. So we're letting everything hang in a kind of zombie creepy way, and we're pressing into the feet and rolling up really slow. So vertebra by vertebra. I've been teaching for a long time, but I've never really been able to say vertebra without getting it wrong. Anyway, practice. So we're going to come to mountain pose. And just check it out. So do whatever it is that you need to do. So you might feel like rolling your shoulders a little bit back. You might feel like doing a couple more circles with your nose. You might just
stand still here and feel tall. Think about lifting from your sternum, your heart. And then notice, I had a friend, a really beautiful yoga teacher and yoga therapist, and who talked about a bowl of noodles in your pelvis. And we kind of are thinking about having this bowl of noodles that's not spilling any water. So imagine your pelvis was a bowl, and if you are kind of leaning forward and your bowl is spilling forward, we want to kind of straighten it up. And if you're maybe kind of like stretching your hamstrings and don't maybe your pelvis just a little bit, you notice that your bowl of noodles is pouring back. So we're garnering some awareness of how we are standing in our pelvis, doing an anterior tilt, posterior tilt, and then just acknowledging that, accepting that, and seeing if we can align so that we don't spill our noodles, our soup. If that works for you, take it. If you're like, what are you talking about? Then breathe deep. We're moving on. Standing tall. We're going to move through some vinyasa, sun salutation, so vinyasa style. When you're ready, take your arms out and up, hands come together up overhead, and then exhale with swan dive all the way forward. Upper body comes to hang over the legs. On your breath in, walk your hands slowly up the fronts of the legs, pull the shoulders back, elbows together, and we're in very similar to our tabletop before. We're working towards a flat back here, neutral spine. And remember your cervical spine or your back of the neck. Imagine we're maybe balancing something there. So your chin isn't dropping forward or crouching back. We're nice and long. Nice. Exhale, release it down. Bend your knees, press into your feet. Roll it all the way up so hands come up as well this time. Palms together overhead, and then exhale, hands come together at your chest. We're going to do that 3 more times. So move at your own speed, at your own pace, and move with your breath if you can. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift, hands come to the tops of the thighs, or maybe you can practice palms on the earth or the shins. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, we come up, hands together, and exhale, hands to the chest. Here we go. Once again, inhale up, big breath in, exhale up and over to your forward fold. Inhale, you come to a halfway lift, whatever version feels good for you. Exhale, come down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. One cycle of breath. Catch your breath, maybe close your eyes. Notice your feet. Notice your pelvis. Okay, one more time. Inhale, arms up and out. When you're ready, exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, arms up and up, all the way up. And this time you might clap your hands at the top. Join namaste. And exhale, hands to your center. Take a second breath here. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. And just notice how you feel. What's going on? It's all good. But we kind of take some time to go inward. Notice any shifts or changes that might happen as we practice. Just cultivating some awareness is always amazing. So good job. Release your hands. We're going to come sideways on the mat, so you might turn to the left side of the room or the right side of the room, whichever makes more sense for your space. We're going to take our feet wide, so fairly wide, but you can listen to your body. You know, if you're like really competitive and you go super wide straight away, you might just pull it in a bit. So we want to feel stable and grounded, but also taking up space. So we're in a star pose here, one of my favorite poses. I used to teach kids yoga for a long time, and we would always make a wish in this pose. So we would take a deep breath in and like imagine we were wishing on a shooting star. It's a little cheesy, but I mean, whatever you're into. You might do that if you want to. But regardless, we are taking up space here. So this is a very empowering pose. There's a lot of research to support this shape in terms of confidence and psychology and our self-esteem. So there's a big difference between being here energetically and being here. So to come into this shape takes a certain amount of gumption, and to really fill up the space, you gotta be strong, you gotta be a badass, you gotta have power. And it might take some time to kind of come out of your shell and really go, I'm here, I'm strong, but it's worth it to practice that. So here we are, start pose. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Nice deep breath out. Feel your feet. Stretch your shoulders if you need to. Stretch your neck. Spread your fingertips. And then we're going to take the heels in. So heels come in a bit. Toes point out. So we have a little bit of an external rotation already happening in our hip joints. We're going to take the arms wide, or you can also take hands to your waist if that feels more supportive. And we're going to very slowly bend the knees and start to drop our center down in space. So drop your center down in space. You might need to widen your feet a bit, you might need to bring your feet in. So take a look at me, because we kind of want to have, as much as possible, our knees, if not over the ankle, then a little bit and behind. So we don't want to be like super in front of our ankle, if that makes sense. Just want to have nice, stable joints here in goddess pose. So hands can be on the waist, palms can be together at the heart, or you might take the full goddess or horse pose with, I don't know how to describe, this is kind of like 90-degree elbows, or I was thinking of like being between two panes of glass or something, like you're really trying to make your body flat. So if I actually turn profile, you can see a lot of people will take their hips back and do a squat. What we're trying to do is we're pulling our hips forward and underneath us. And this can take time to open hips in this way, so work wherever you are today is okay. We're cultivating some Shakti, some energy, some strength and power. If you're sweating, if you have to come out of this, then take breaks. We're here for 2 or 3 more breaths. Maybe going a little bit lower, remembering to open up from your sternum. Maybe sway a little side to side if you're a little dorky. And you're just enjoying. 1 more breath. And then when you're ready, straighten your legs, let your arms come down. So our last thing today to really bring up our energy, and of course after this class, I really suggest that you lie down and take a decent 5 or 10 minute shavasana. But our last kind of practice that we're going to do together is called Breath of Joy Pranayama. So it's a breath practice that will really, really lift your spirits, hopefully. So I will say that if you're still feeling a little bit, this might help or it might be a little too much. So just give it a try and see if it's something that might serve you in the future. So we're going to take our feet right underneath our hips. Stand up in our mountain pose, open heart, soft shoulders, crown and head tall. What we're going to do, so I'll demo, take your time to get this and then we'll practice it together. We're going to inhale, arms come forward, just in line with our shoulders, so it's going to be like this. Inhale, and then without exhaling, drop your arms. Inhale, arms come out to the side, so you're inhaling again without exhaling, so it's like this. Good, that's step 2. And then you're going to inhale for a 3rd time, again without exhaling, all the way up, so it's going to look like this. So that's the first 3 steps. You ready to practice it? Inhale, inhale, inhale. And then for your exhale, you're going to just swan dive down, bend your knees, and go. Okay? So, it might take a second to get the hang of it, that's okay. Follow along. Here we go. Inhaling, 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 and then exhaling. Good. Try it again. Inhale, 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 exhale. Nice. Inhale, 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 exhale. Keep it going on your own. Here we go. We're going to do 1 or 2 more. Really, really nice work. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. Okay, 2 more times. If you're done, if you're like, oh my god, I'm so dizzy, then just stand tall. Notice if it's affected your energy in any way. If you want to keep practicing, I'm going to do 2 more. Here we go. Amazing. Notice how you feel. Stand up tall. You might feel a little bit, ooh, so I suggest maybe taking your feet a little wider to give you more stability, more support. Open your chest, open your hands, close your eyes if you're comfortable and you're not too dizzy. Notice your energy. Is there a change? Just be curious. Is there a change? If there's not a change, it's all good. We're just, again, cultivating awareness, asking questions, and that's all we need to do. Don't need to have any of the answers. Sometimes it's just about showing up, trying it out, seeing what works, taking what works, leaving what doesn't feel good, moving on, forgiving, all the good stuff. Alright. Maybe you're just enjoying maybe a flow of energy that wasn't there before. Amazing. So again, come down to your back. I really recommend and lie just flat with your arms open in Shavasana and really take maybe 5, even 10. You can set a timer, or if you have an open schedule, just relax for as long as time will allow. And let the benefits of this really soak into your body. So really easy to skip the relaxation, but I really suggest that you take the time to lie down and just notice how you feel on the ground. But I'm going to sign off, and thank you so much for practicing this 30-minute energy revamp yoga class with me. Again, my name is Macha, and I'm coming at you from Yoga Darsana studio in Galway, in Ireland. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much. Namaste.